the real reason silence feels unbearable to the human brain. Close your eyes for a second. Picture this. You are alone in a room. No TV. No music. No phone buzzing in your pocket. Just silence. Total, complete silence. At first it feels fine. Maybe even nice. But keep sitting there. 1 minute passes. Then 2. Then 5. Something starts to happen inside your chest. Your shoulders tighten. Your ears strain, trying to catch something, anything. Your hand twitches toward your phone like it has a mind of its own. Why? Nothing dangerous is happening. No one is coming. No alarm is going off. And yet some old, deep part of your brain is screaming that something is wrong. This is not just you. This happens to almost every human being on Earth. And to understand why, we have to talk about the quietest room ever built. In Minneapolis, Minnesota, there is a small room inside a lab called Orfield Laboratories. The walls are made of thick concrete, steel, and rows of foam wedges that point inward like teeth, built to swallow every echo before it can bounce back. This room has held the Guinness World Record for the quietest place on the entire planet. Step inside, shut the door, and the sound around you drops to almost nothing. The story goes that no one has ever lasted longer than 45 minutes alone in there with the lights off. Here is the strange part. Without any outside noise to listen to, your own body becomes deafening. People who sit in that room report hearing their own heartbeat pounding in their ears. They hear their own blood moving through their veins. Some say they can hear their stomach gurgling, or their joints creaking when they shift their weight. After a while, most people lose their balance and have to sit down, because the brain uses sound to help tell up from down. The human brain, it turns out, cannot handle true silence. Take away every sound in the world, and it will start hunting for one anywhere it can, even inside your own body. So why would we be built this way? Why would silence, the complete absence of danger, feel like one of the most uncomfortable things a person can sit through? To answer that, rewind your mind 200,000 years. Forget phones. Forget houses. Forget cities. Picture the actual world your ancestors lived in. It was never quiet. Not once. Insects buzzed non-stop. Birds called out from every direction. Frogs sang from every stream. Wind moved through grass that never stopped rustling. That constant wall of background noise was not random. It was information. It told every living thing in the area the exact same message, without a single word. All clear. Nothing dangerous is near. Keep singing. Keep eating. Keep living. But every so often, that sound would stop. All at once. The birds would freeze mid-call. The insects would fall silent. The frogs would shut their mouths. And in that sudden total quiet, every animal nearby understood exactly what it meant. Something is here. Something is hunting. The whole forest was holding its breath. 4 early humans, learning to fear that silence was not weakness. It was survival. The ones who felt a jolt of fear the second the noise around them dropped, whose hearts started pounding, whose muscles tensed and got ready to run, those were the ones who lived long enough to have children. The ones who stayed relaxed in sudden silence, who assumed nothing was wrong, often did not get a second chance to learn their mistake. Over hundreds of thousands of years, that fear got carved straight into the human nervous system. Silence never meant safety to your body. It meant something stopped the noise, and your ancient brain still wants to know what. In the summer of 2014, researchers at the University of Virginia tested this without even meaning to. They asked ordinary people to simply sit alone in a plain, comfortable room with nothing to do but think, for around 15 minutes. No phone. No book. Just their own thoughts. Most people found it surprisingly hard to sit through. So the scientists added a twist. They gave each person a button that delivered a small, unpleasant electric shock, the same kind of shock the person had earlier said they would pay money to avoid. Then they left the room. About 2 out of every 3 men in the study pressed that button at least once, choosing real pain over a few quiet minutes alone with their own mind. One person pressed it 190 times. Adult human beings, sitting in a safe, comfortable room, chose pain over stillness. That is how deep this wiring runs. There is one more piece to this puzzle. Out of all 5 of your senses, hearing is the only one that never fully shuts off. Your eyes close. Taste and touch fade as you drift to sleep. But your ears stay switched on, all night, every night, for your entire life. That is why a sudden loud sound can yank you straight out of deep sleep, while a quiet one usually cannot. Your ears are the night watchman of your body, the one guard who is never allowed to clock out, built for a world that was loud almost every second of the day, and dangerous the moment it suddenly wasn't. This is why you turn on music while cleaning the house alone. Why you fall asleep faster with a fan humming in the background. Why a hotel room feels strange and unsettling on the first night, too still, too quiet. Why so many people cannot walk into an empty house without turning something on first. We tell ourselves we just like a little background noise. But maybe what we are really doing, every single day without ever noticing it, is feeding an alarm system that is 200,000 years old. A system built for a world full of frogs and birds and wind, a world where the noise stopping was the only warning you were ever going to get. The next time you step into a perfectly silent room and feel that strange discomfort crawl up your shoulders, you are not imagining it, and you are not broken. You are listening with the same ears your ancestors used to survive the dark. Somewhere underneath the noise of your modern life, that ancient watchman is still standing at his post, still waiting for the sound of the world going quiet, still waiting for a danger that, for you, will probably never come. And if your brain is still carrying secrets like this one, instincts thousands of generations old, hiding inside habits you never thought to question, there is more waiting to be uncovered. Subscribe, and let's keep digging into what is really still running underneath.